Ms. Jones. Dr. Anderson again.
Hi. How is he okay? Because I've been waiting here for 6 hours and I just haven't heard anything. Is he okay?
They're supposed to call you every hour and let you know how things are going.
I haven't heard a thing, and I just how is he doing?
Well, surgery's over.
Okay.
And I have
He's
some.
okay.
Everything went well as far as we got most of the tumor out, but
Okay.
it looks like he's going to have some damage to those nerves, like we talked about, and probably need a tracheostomy and a feeding tube.
Well, what's a tracheostomy?
That's the thing I told you about that he could get for a breathing tube.
No. Tell me what's that?
I told you about that last night when we were doing the informed consent. We talked about the risks of the surgery.
Yeah, but there was a lot of stuff going on last night. I don't remember you saying he was going to have a what is it?
It's called a tracheostomy. It's a breathing tube in his throat.
He's got one now?
No, but it's likely he's going to need one.
Through his throat?
He's going to have that probably. We'll try to go along for the next couple days to see if he doesn't need one. He'll need to stay intubated in the ICU.
What's that?
Intubated is the tube in his throat. In the ICU
What
is an
kind of
intensive
tube
care.
in his throat?
It's a breathing tube to protect his airways so he doesn't
Why
aspirate
isn't
and
he
get
breathing?
pneumonia. He's breathing. He's breathing on his own.
Okay.
And the surgery's basically over. They're taking him up to the intensive care unit right now.
Is he okay?
Well, he's stable.
Okay.
And
He's breathing okay now?
Breathing on his own.
Why would he have to have this tube
Because
if he's breathing
the nerve
okay?
is the sensory nerve that checks the back of his airway to make sure he can swallow right, so he doesn't swallow the wrong way. And that's going to lead to aspiration pneumonia. And you can die from aspiration pneumonia.
What's that? Can you just, I'm really worried. I've been worried for 6 hours sitting here, and I just need you to go a little more slowly.
It's not my fault they didn't call you.
I know, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying I
just tell me what you don't understand. What don't you understand?
Okay,
any of
so
it. Surgery's over.
Okay, I got that.
He's probably going to have some weakness of his nerves.
Okay.
They're going to lead to having this tracheostomy and probably a feeding tube to feed him.
I don't understand. Why? I mean, I was having trouble with his face.
Because the tumor was wrapped around those nerves, and we had to get the tumor off.
But you didn't get it off. I mean, it's still in there.
There's a little tiny bit still on the nerves, but we're
Why?
worried they're going to be weak, because then they would have been permanently damaged.
Oh, God. So he's
So
still got the tumor.
He's going to go to the ICU.
Okay.
And he'll be there, and you'll be able to see him in about an hour.
And he's had this thing in his tube.
He has a breathing tube in his mouth right now. It's not.
And that's going to be just temporary, or
yeah, until we change it over to a tracheostomy in a few days, probably.
How do you know? When you say probably.
Well, we'll check and see if he has sensation back there and if he can protect his airway. But if he can, he's going to need that surgery. And usually at the same time they do that surgery, they put in the feeding tube
Will we
for the
get to talk to someone before that happens?
Yeah, you'll talk to us. We'll go over that.
Okay, I'm just a little surprised, because I mean he was, you know, he had troubles with his face, but you know, and you mentioned this maybe, but it wasn't presented like this is likely to happen. And I mean, we've got things going on in our family. I mean, it's our anniversary in a week, and we're going to the Bahamas, and we're coming back from my son's graduation.
That's not happening. He's not going to be ready to go on any vacation the next week or two for sure.
Okay. I just would have liked a little more preparation. I don't feel like I fully understand what's going on. I'm floored. Right? So I mean, and this is temporary. All these things you're talking about going in his neck.
Usually they're temporary, but we won't know till they're not temporary that they're temporary.
What does that mean?
That means until he gets better, we have to see him get better before those things will come out.
But they will come out. This is not.
I don't know for sure till we see how he does.
How long? When will we know?
Over the next several weeks.
Okay. For which? For both, or?
For both, yes.
And this, you're talking about surgery in a couple of days. So what does that mean?
That would be putting the tube in his throat. You'd have to talk to the ENT surgeons about that. We don't do that surgery.
Who's that? And when will they be here? And
they would talk to you in a couple days when the surgery would be set up.
But can we talk about how he's doing before then, or?
Yeah, I come by every morning at 6:30 to round. So if you're here at 6:30, I'll be here to talk to you.
Is there somebody else I can talk to?
You can talk to one of the resident physicians. They can maybe help you out.
Can we arrange that, or this maybe? Can we arrange?
Well, the resident physicians are very busy, also covering the emergency room and the OR.
I feel like I don't fully grasp what's going on, and I want him to be here to hear that, because I don't know that I can explain this to him. And
well, we'll talk to him, but you'll just have to start, you know, going along with us and grasping the details.
Well, it's not that I don't want to go along with you. I just feel I'm just a little overwhelmed. Okay, and I'm not sure I'm processing what you're describing to me.
Well, we'll have to have another conversation about it when you're a little more calmed down then. Okay?
Okay.
Hi, Miss Jones.
Hi.
Dr. Anderson again.
Is he okay? Because I've been in
Yes.
here for about 6 hours and I haven't heard
Oh,
a
I'm
thing.
sorry. They're supposed to call you every hour from the
They
waiting
haven't.
room to let you know how things are going.
I haven't heard a thing, and I'm really concerned.
So the first thing to know is he's okay.
Okay.
So they're just getting ready to transfer him up to the intensive care unit,
Okay.
and you'll be able to see him in about 45 minutes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and he's okay.
Things didn't go quite as well as we'd hoped.
Oh. Okay.
So some of the tumor was wrapped around some of those nerves we talked about last night. Remember the wax on, wax off, the general wrist and the specific wrist? We talked about that nerve that controls his swallowing and protecting his airway.
Yeah.
Well, that nerve looks like it was kind of stretched to get the tumor off.
What do you mean it got stretched in surgery?
In
Or?
trying to get the tumor off the nerve, it looked like it was pretty thinned out by the tumor. So it was a little worse than we'd thought.
Okay, so what does that mean?
That means there's a chance that he's going to end up needing one of those tracheostomies for the breathing tube.
Oh no. You mean like on a temporary basis or?
And remember we talked about last night, most likely it's going to be temporary.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure until it gets better.
Okay, what
But
do you
usually the nerve
think?
recovers. Usually the
So
nerve
I
recovers.
think mostly it's most likely to be okay.
It's most likely to be okay. Now, because he's
Okay.
going to have the breathing tube and the back of his throat's not going to be sensing normally, he's going to probably have to have that feeding tube we talked about also.
In his side of his stomach.
Stomach, yes.
Oh.
That we talked about last night.
And that's because he can't swallow properly.
Properly, we want to get him good nutrition so he can heal quicker.
Yeah, of course. And wow, okay, that sounds concerning. But what about that? Is that something that's just temporary
That's
too, I
also
hope?
temporary. As soon as
Okay.
he's swallowing okay, we take it right out.
Like how long?
Usually a week to 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, because we were planning. We thought it was going to be a week. That's what was presented to us. So we were planning to go away on vacation because it's our anniversary. We were going to go to the Bahamas, and my son's graduating. We were going to our son's graduation, and so it sounds like that's not going to happen.
And I apologize. I think he's going to be here probably at least a week in the hospital, so that's probably
Okay.
unlikely to happen right now. But
Okay. So this is all more serious than we thought. Yeah. So. Okay. So you're feeling like though that this is something temporary.
yes,
And you think the chances are that he's going to be okay in a few weeks.
Yes,
Tell me
ma'am.
what time frame you think it's
I
going to
think
be.
a few weeks. I think we're talking in terms of weeks.
Okay.
And I know it's really upsetting and it's not what you're hoping for, but I think the surgery went well and he's awake and he's going to have that breathing tube in when you see him, so don't be
Okay.
shocked when you see him.
And he still may not have to have the tube is still going to be in his throat, not through his throat.
Not yet, but I just want to prepare you in case that's what happens
So it
over the next
still may
couple
not
days.
happen. If things stabilize, he may be okay and not have to have that.
Yes, he may be stabilized, he may not have to have it, but having done a lot of these surgeries, we can kind of tell when we look at the nerve, is that one that's going to work really well right away, or is that one that may need some time to
Okay.
recover?
And you've told him this, or I should tell him this?
No,
or-
we'll tell him. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
We'll tell him, and if you want to be there when we tell him, you can be there right by his
Yeah,
side.
I want to be with him.
And
if
so we'll have you
possible.
there, and we'll come by a little later this afternoon when he's a little more awake.
Okay.
And then we'll go over that with him, exactly what's going on.
Because he's not gonna like this. So I'd like to be there with him.
And I realize this is scary for both of you guys, but we're going to
Yeah.
be there for you. We're going to walk you through it, and we'll make sure he's doing okay.
And you really don't think it's going to be permanent?
I don't know yet, but
Okay.
we're hoping it's not going to be.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Take care. I'll be back to talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.